NBA YoungBoy has finally spoken out following his release from jail. As he aimed to clear the air, rumors began circulating that he had snitched to get out and had also cheated on his girlfriend. During an Instagram live session, NBA YoungBoy addressed the situation, starting with the allegations involving his girlfriend.
The woman he don't hit. Another situation. My motherfucking house stage for the children. Hey, I'm just out that stage. I'm out that stage of posting with you. You want me to show you every time I look? You don't matter. Hey, you don't matter if a house full of people in the state. I got children running around me. Just out my around me. A couple around me. Man, you can't. Hey, I know you can't play me like that, bro. Watch what you say. They count.
NBA YoungBoy explained that he can't be posting every girl he's with, especially since he's only been out for just over a week. However, things took a turn when his live chat started flooding with comments about the snitching allegations. In response, NBA YoungBoy addressed the claims directly, saying he doesn't have to lie and that his case was never actually dropped.
All the police are criminals. Everybody case dropped but mine. What they say. And this got some modern day shit going on, man. Don't got no evidence on me. Got shit. Hey, but they want to keep me down in a whole mother law enforcement. I got way more shit on my mind every day than what you talking about. Yeah. Man, give me some money.
As NBA YoungBoy continued addressing the situation, it became obvious that he had heard the snitching allegations. These claims originally surfaced from another rapper on No Jumper. In a widely shared Instagram post, rapper Famous Richard accused NBA YoungBoy of cooperating with federal authorities. The post is telling. This is his third time being released by the feds in 4 years on all new charges. On King David, you can't serve just 10 months of a 23-month sentence. My first offer was 5 years for a firearm the police planted on. Me, YoungBoy, is definitely police. Probably also the reason Lil Durk is locked up. The post was followed by a viral video clip showing NBA YoungBoy casually walking around in prison. One Twitter user replied to the video saying, "Honestly, I kinda believe it too. The timing, the energy, the way everything is playing out, it looks a little too convenient." Wouldn't be the first time someone played both sides in this. You never really know who's working with who. You've got to watch everything to understand if NBA YoungBoy truly snitched or not. It's important to read the court files. When NBA YoungBoy was released from jail, he arrived at the courthouse at 9 a.m. in a bizarre twist. An obsessed fan hacked into the court's Zoom call during the session and began shouting, "Free YoungBoy," to the judge.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Go. Free walking.
Alright. Mr. Galden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB. Free YB.
While NBA YoungBoy stood just outside the courtroom door, he was able to hear the fan yelling through the hacked Zoom call. Entering with a smile and a laugh, he seemed unfazed by the bizarre moment. However, once inside the courtroom, YoungBoy was required to sign a legal document confirming that he understands English and that his education level is equivalent to the 8th grade. And hey, if you've made it past 8th grade, go ahead and leave a like on the video. But did you know there's still a chance YoungBoy could return to jail? As he mentioned during his IG Live, his case hasn't actually been dropped. According to official court documents, YoungBoy was arrested on March 10, 2021. And charged with 1 count of firearm possession by a convicted felon and another for possession of an unregistered firearm. The arrest occurred while he was filming a music video with several friends. They were playing loud music and dancing on the hood of a car in a random neighborhood. A nearby resident, concerned by the scene, called police and reported multiple men holding firearms and standing on a car. Officers responded immediately. Upon arriving, they recognized NBA YoungBoy and quickly began chasing and detaining him at the scene.
Yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video. The cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, up right now. I didn't do nothing. You can search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time, YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were going to go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held the music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're going to face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good, long look on what's going on there.
While YoungBoy was being placed in handcuffs, his cameraman tried to delete the music video, knowing that YoungBoy couldn't be seen on camera with a firearm. Unfortunately, the police confiscated the camera before the footage could be erased. Federal authorities clear video evidence of YoungBoy holding firearms, in an effort to dismiss the firearm possession charge. His legal team argued that the camera was obtained illegally by police. However, that argument didn't hold up in court. It was later announced that YoungBoy had lost his appeal, meaning prosecutors are now legally allowed to use the video footage of him holding firearms as evidence to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy, who lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So, the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. It can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit, United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, you know what? We have a different decision. We're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case.
Realizing the case wasn't going in his favor, YoungBoy decided to accept a plea deal and move on. However, just before the judge officially handed down the sentence, he shared a personal message with YoungBoy. The judge expressed that it was heartbreaking to see someone with so much talent and potential derailed by addiction. He then wished YoungBoy the best of luck after his release from prison.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Ball.
Thank you, Ron. That's all I have.
You may.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
After YoungBoy was sentenced to 23 months behind bars for the charges, things seemed bleak for the rapper. However, just a few months later, the judge provided an update, saying, "I've wrapped up YoungBoy's case. It's got 23 months. The way we worked it out applying credit from another case in Louisiana, he should be out in 3 to 4 months." Then, on March 3rd, Rich the Kid appeared in an interview with DJ Akanix, where both agreed that YoungBoy would be released.
Drake, why be there? Right now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, as I was even looking at my Spotify like recap, yo, I think hip hop is YB has to stay out of jail. Yo, we're thirsty for his shit. There's a it's more music with it. Wait on it.
Just a week after the podcast aired, NBA YoungBoy was officially released. However, his freedom might not last long. In a desperate attempt to keep him behind bars, authorities brought up the death of fellow Louisiana rapper J.D. Youngin, claimed there had been serious tension between YoungBoy and J.D. Youngin leading up to the latter's passing. Part of their investigation, police explored the alleged feud but ultimately discovered that J.D. Youngin had actually initiated a relationship with YoungBoy, going as far as praising him in a past interview.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon. We can put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations.
The two eventually collaborated on a track titled Up With Me, but their relationship later took a turn for the worse. The falling out began when JD Youngin shared a snippet of an unreleased NBA YoungBoy song on Instagram. YoungBoy quickly responded in the comments saying, "Delete this right now. I don't even know how you got my song, and I don't mess around like that." JD Youngin defended himself, replying that he wouldn't tolerate any disrespect.
Yeah, free world headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh.
JD Youngin later took a direct shot at NBA YoungBoy in his song 38K, which was clearly aimed at him. In the track, he rapped, "You put that comment on my post, and they laughed about it, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me." Soon after, leaked photos surfaced showing JD Youngin spending time with one of YoungBoy's baby mothers. In response, unfortunately for him, he was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and diamond chains. Not exactly ideal for running. After hopping a fence and sprinting through a fan's backyard, the homeowner spotted him and began recording on a cell phone, shouting for YoungBoy to run faster. Despite his efforts, NBA YoungBoy was eventually swarmed by police and taken into custody.
You know, talk to us.
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs.
I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably if I haven't committed a crime today.
Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
So no one decision.
Hey, no,
So, you know, any statement, any one of those statements?
Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be.
These were very serious charges against NBA YoungBoy, including high-speed racing, resisting arrest, and more. The out-of-state judge didn't take it easy on him. But with millions of dollars at his disposal, YoungBoy was able to secure the best lawyer in the game. As a result, he was eventually granted bond.
Out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon.
Surprisingly, despite NBA YoungBoy's extensive criminal history, he was able to reach a plea deal of just 23 months for the firearm case. So with the help of his lawyer, he's already been released. However, the feds are actively trying to place, arguing that his sentence wasn't long enough for him to fully comprehend the severity of the crime he committed.